What up? This is Robert Ory.
Ory, three-pointer. Buries it!
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
Oh, my goodness. It is the Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog, Brandon Harper. My name is Rob Jenners. That is seven-time NBA champion and spoiled Airbnb guest, Robert Ory. Call this episode 180. We were talking about, you had a little bit of a weird experience at a rental place, and you said it reminded you of the 80s.
Yes.
And it got me thinking about something. What is something that you guys see that reminds you of your childhood or like back in the day that you're like, oh my God, that took me back? Because for me, the minute you started talking about this rental place, I'm like, wood paneling on the walls. The minute I saw wood, like if I see wood paneling on the walls, I'm like, I am back in Jersey and I'm like 12 years old and I'm in somebody's basement.
For me, it's real easy too. It just recently happened. My wife and I went to her boss's daughter's wedding, and we got to drive an old school Lincoln. That was her car.
Oh, man.
And so we had no seatbelts in that joint.
None of them did.
And that was the funny part. And then, you know when you say, if you roll up to someone and you say, roll down your window, you do this, right?
Yeah, you make that gesture. Yeah.
And so we really have to do that. So that took me back, man. So I was like, man, this is the old school days when nobody wore a seatbelt, nobody got hurt.
Well, I mean, that did make sense. I mean, you were in the Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that was a nice Lincoln, too.
What's yours, Harp? Was the one thing that reminds you of your childhood? As soon as you say
the air conditioner and the window seal. Instead of it being
good one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a real good one. Mine, the other one, too, for me is plastic on the furniture.
Oh,
because there was always a room in our house that was like the living room that you couldn't, like, you weren't allowed to like go in there. Like that was like the nice furniture's in here. Like, so you let us beat up the other room and you put all your nice shit in here and then you rope it off like it's a display at a museum. Nobody.
Yeah, my grandmama and great grandmama used to do that.
Oh yeah, plastic on the furniture. Do not go in that room.
And it's so weird that I guarantee you it was the furniture that looked like flowers.
Yes, absolutely. It was the flower furniture. It was like 200-year-old like wood furniture, which I saw a meme this week. By the way, we will get to actual show content, I promise. There was a meme this week I saw that was funny. It was like the furniture my grandparents left us. It's like this giant, beautiful oak cabinet. And it's like the furniture I will leave my grandkids. And it's like a shitty little IKEA table with like all the screws in the wrong spots. And it's like, yeah, they don't make them like that anymore, man. They don't.
Yeah, it's weird because I remember my mom had that in her house. And the only time I ever went in there was the day I signed with Alabama. We sat there, nice little photo op. It looked all a little cute. And that was the only time I ever went in that room.
That was it. And after that never again. Never again. The rope went back up and nobody goes in. Yeah. Yeah. And your old man was the bouncer at the door. You could never get past. Like, no, sorry. No, you're not on the list. You don't get to go in this room. Man, speaking of wild stuff that happened this week, we do have a lot of NBA stuff to get to, but I wanted to talk about at the top everything that's going on with Tyreek Hill, because this was a little wild, mainly because we got the police cam footage now, and I wanted to play a little bit of it because it's kind of crazy. So in case you didn't know. You live under some sort of a rock. Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill got pulled over during a traffic stop on his way to Hard Rock Stadium on Sunday for the Dolphins game. And they were playing the Jaguars. And he got pulled over for speeding. Now, part of this is, for me, and I don't know if you've seen how much of this you guys have seen, he was speeding. Like, it is very obvious. He went flying past that cop. So it was like, all right, you're going to get stopped. I don't care who you are. You're in what was he driving, like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or whatever the hell.
Lamborghini, one of them.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous car. Tinted windows. And when I say tinted, those jokers were like blacked out tinted.
Yeah.
You couldn't even see into them. And he was flying. And he flew past his cops. So it was like, all right, you're going to get pulled over. So they pull him over. And he immediately rolls down his window. He starts talking to the cop. And then he rolls his window back up. And for me, I'm like, all right, now you're pushing them. Don't push them.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is what happened following that. This is about a minute 15 or so hang in. But this is the whole him getting ripped out of the car part. They're telling him to roll his window back down.
Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car.
Give me that.
Get out of the car.
Give me that. We'll break that freaking window.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. What part of violence do you understand? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand?
I'm getting out.
You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're a little fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late. Too late.
Bro, you beating on my window like you crazy. You set him up? Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, yo, bro, dude beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing, twin. Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I just had surgery in your ears when we go there and put your window down.
Chill, bro. Hey, Joe New, bro.
Back up.
Hey, call Drew.
Call Drew. He was on the phone with Drew Rosenhaus, his agent, I think, when he was pulling up. But you heard him hollering when they pulled him out of the car. They're like, Drew, they're arresting me, Drew, they're arresting me. And he keeps calling for Drew. Asshole move by the cop. He had reason, I think, to an extent, to at least pull him over. I have so many mixed feelings about this. I feel like the cop was way too aggressive. Way too aggressive.
I think with this situation, both parties were wrong. And I'm going to start with the start at the beginning, because when you have tinted windows, and especially I tell my kids this all the time, if you get pulled over by a cop, roll your windows down, put your hands where they can be seen. I don't give a shit if you Tyreek Hill, you Robert Ory, you Shaquille O'Neal. You have to understand, cops are on high alert. There's so much shit going on in this world. Now you got blacked out windows, and now just roll your fucking window down. We'd have made this situation easier, but you want to when you roll your window back up, that's suspicious to me if I was a cop. I don't care who you are. I know black people might get mad at me for saying that's suspicious activity if you're a cop. Put yourself in the cop's position. Now, okay, just roll your window down. All you said, open the door. Now I can see you. He doesn't have to pull him down, doesn't have to put the knee in his back. But the one that really upset me is when the dude fucking drop kicked him in the back to get him down.
Yeah.
And it was wrong on both parts, but I think it could have been handled different by Tyreek. I know if he looks back, he would have kept his window down, and he would have got a ticket, and he'd been gone in 15 to 20 minutes. But then the cops got over aggressive because every action has a reaction. Now it's a hot day. When it's heat, that makes everybody a little bit on edge. So now you got this happening. Now you got all these big ass dudes pulling up in all these expensive ass cars. And we know at the end of the day, this is stadium right there. All these big ass black dudes coming. They're all football players. So you know this, man, because you know where you at. So there is a whole lot of things going on with this situation. I just feel like sometimes we got to understand it doesn't matter. I know they sort of comparing this to the Britney Spears thing, but for your safety, Tyreek Hill, for your safety, roll down your windows, put your hands where they can be seen, because we need you. Your family needs you. We don't need another incident to happen. We having too much crazy shit going on with school shootings now, all this. Just do what they say. Big deal if you got pride. The pride is you go home to your kids. And we know you got some kids. So that is the best part of this. So go home to your kids.
Yeah, the way the cops handled this situation is something that, we've seen over and over and over again before. It's heinous. It's not needed. It's egregious. It's an abuse of power. We've seen it time and time again, to the point where now you you almost hate to say you're numb to it, but you've seen it so many times. It's kind of like, well, dang. But at the same time, Tyreek could have done quite a few things differently. I think he had an abuse of power as well because he's Tyreek Hill, because he's on the way to the game, and because he felt as though he was some form of invincible, that he didn't have to do what he needed to do in order to, get the ticket or get a warning or whatever and head to the game. Bro, once he let that window back up, I knew what was going left. Because no one told you to let your window back up, bro.
Yeah.
No one told you to let your window back up. And even then, like when they knock on the window, don't touch my effing window. Bro, come on now. You already starting off on the wrong foot.
Don't give him a reason, man. Don't give him a reason,
Now you brought hostility. You brought hostility to the situation before the hostility even began.
Yep.
Like, make it easy on yourself so that you can get to the game and you can get to your family. And fortunate enough, he was able to play in the game. Obviously, he made lighthearted of it with the celebration when he scored a touchdown.
Yeah, 80-yard TD, and he walks off with the handcuffs in the back, yeah.
But, hey, bro, like, the cops were in the wrong. Yes, we know the cops were in the wrong. They were in a lot of the wrong by the way they handled things and the abuse of their power and the abuse of their badge. Thank God for these body cams, because it's one of the best things that's ever happened when the cops turn them on. You've seen situations where that ain't happened.
Well, there's that.
But yeah, bro, don't escalate a situation that does not need to be escalated with your mouth.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. Put your hands on the wheel, roll the window down, and get up out of there so you can get to the stadium. No harm, no foul.
I couldn't see, but did any of the cops have their guns drawn? Because I don't think they did.
No, they didn't have their guns drawn.
See, that to me, that's a big plus for me, because normally they got their guns drawn.
Well, the minute the suspect's out of the vehicle, yeah.
So at least they held some constraint with that part. So I'm happy about that.
And I'm not trying to throw them any bail, but at any point did any of these cops go, "Oh, dude, it's Tyreek Hill"? Take 5 seconds and just pull him aside and go, "Dude, what are you doing? I know you're going to the game. Slow the F down. Take the ticket, and let's just call it." And it is terrifying to see how hot those cops got just because he chose to push back a little bit. Now, it wasn't the right move, but he pushed back, and immediately it was like, "Oh, you're going to step on my ego? No. Now we're going to show you what's up." And it's like that. You should never flex your power on anybody like that, especially if you're a cop. You take appropriate action. If you wanted to pull him out of the car or say you got it, like you keep your window down, can you step out of the vehicle, sir? They were within 10 seconds were in his car, ripping him out of that car. And like you said, Rob, they booted him to the ground. They had a knee on his back, and he's hollering, "I just got my knee. I just came out of surgery, man." If you would have hurt Tyreek Hill on a traffic stop. Now, again, he gave you reasons to act, but if you would have taken it that far and hurt him, or God forbid he's out, he misses 6 to 8 weeks because they tweak his knee or something.
The Dolphins, you would lose your job.
Lawsuits, right? The city's getting crushed with lawsuits.
Crushed,
and you don't work. I think one of the cops, if not both of them, in the incident are on administrative duty at the moment while they investigate, which basically just means they're off the street for the moment. But, I mean, they're lucky. They're very lucky. The cops are very lucky that this did not go any further than it went. And it already went kind of far. But they're really lucky that didn't. Yeah. That's the last thing the city of Miami probably would have needed was a big fat lawsuit. He did say on CNN, by the way, to Tyreek, he goes, "If I'm not Tyreek Hill, I don't know how that traffic stop ends."
Yeah.
Which is kind of a scary reality.
This has happened to me one time before. This was during the NBA Finals, and I had some friends in town, and it got late, and so I had to take them to their hotel, which is maybe 20 miles away. So I'm coming on the freeway. I'm speeding because I'm trying to get back home so I can get some rest. I got pulled over by a cop, and I was like, first thing I do, I said, "Man, I'm sorry, I was speeding." I rolled on all my windows. And I said, "Man, I'm sorry I was speeding. The night ran long. I had some friends I had to take them out." And I explained to him. He was just like, He says, yeah, you need to slow it down, fella. He says, I know you got a big game tomorrow. He tells me that because he knows who I am. Okay. And he said, yeah, I'm going to have to give you a ticket, man, because he was going 80. I'm like, I don't mind. Just give me the ticket. And he says, but don't speed, get home safe, because if you get in an accident, y'all don't win tomorrow. That's what he tells me. And I said, okay, you're right, man. And so the thing about it is you got to know if you're in the wrong, you're speeding. You already know you're doing it wrong, speeding. Just go ahead and take the ticket. And half the time, if you show up, the cop not going to show up and you're not going to have a ticket on your record, because they a lot of times they because I don't want to do the paperwork.
No. So, and the cops rarely ever show up for those types of things.
Yeah.
And you have enough money to hire a lawyer, challenge that, and get it thrown out in 5 seconds. Just take the ticket. Be like, I apologize. I'm trying to get to the game. Yo, Cheetah, have a good game. Here you go. Here's your ticket.
Yeah, my point to that is it happens a lot. When you trying to get home, you speed. There's not a person alive, unless you're 90 years old, that hadn't been speeding,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Just a wild story, though. Holy crap. Like NFL opening weekend, and this was the story. It was everywhere.
But it was a great first weekend in the NFL.
Oh, man, we got a lot to talk about. In fact, so we're going to get to some of that in a minute. We do have some NBA to get to. Big shot of the week, and then Rapid Fire is back. But since we're on the NFL, I want to do our DraftKings Pick 6 here real quick this week. So I've got the Dolphins-Bills game, since we're on Tyreek Hill, on Thursday night. I'm going to give you guys some over-unders for the DraftKings Pick 6. Y'all just got to tell me what you think here. I'm going to keep score. We're all going to pick. So the first one's going to be Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback over-under 265.5 passing yards against the Buffalo Bills.
I'm going to say over, and the reason I say that because the Bills like to play fast. So that means the offense is going to be on the field a lot faster. So I'm going to say over Tua. And Tua didn't have such a great game last game, so it's revenge.
Okay.
I am going
265
and a hook.
Look at you, and a hook.
And a hook. That's a gambler speaking right there, man.
I'm going to say, I'll say slightly over.
You're both going over. I'm going to go under.
Okay.
Tua's been good, but I mean, Tua will move on his feet a little bit more too.
Yeah.
265.5, man, he's going to have to have some big plays under his belt. Now, he did have an 80-yard touchdown to Tyreek last week. But
he got 2 speedsters out there.
Yeah, he does. So, I don't know.
And Waddle was a little bit, under the weather, I should say.
He was, yeah. Jalen Waddle's usually been really good for them, too. Josh Allen is your second pick. Over under 237 and a hook, as Harp would say. 237.5 passing yards for Josh Allen, Bills quarterback.
I'm going under with this because I think Josh Allen is one of those quarterbacks. You saw his touchdown.
He likes to run.
He likes to run. So I'm going to go under on the passing yards.
Okay. I'm going to go over here too. I think, he's lost some weapons this offseason, but I think he still has enough to throw the ball downfield. And I understand it. Look, this game is going to be maybe a defensive battle, but I think these quarterbacks might throw it around a little bit.
Yeah, I think especially if Buffalo has to at any point play from behind, Josh is going to be throwing that football a lot. So I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over here. All right, number 3, Josh Allen, over under 37.5 rushing yards.
Definitely over.
Rob's going over.
He might have that in the first half.
I tell you right now, I'm definitely going over that number.
Who is this again?
Josh Allen, Bills quarterback. 37.5 rushing yards.
37. Oh, over.
Everybody went really easy over on that one. Okay. All right, 3 more here in the pick 6. Tyreek Hill, over under 97.5 receiving yards in this game. Over. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, hell, one pass he can take it 80 yards. So I'm gonna go over.
Okay. I'm gonna go under. I think he comes back down to earth a little bit this week. He might have 5-6 receptions, but I only think 70, 80 yards or something like that for Tyreek. All right, Tyreek Hill over under. The line is half of total touchdowns. 0.5 is the line. So basically, he has 1 touchdown or he has none. So and I'm going to go over too. I think he does get in the end zone. He's too damn good not to. And then the last one here, Bills running back James Cook, over or under 62.5 rushing yards.
How many yards he had? He had 71 yards last time.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was pretty damn close to that line, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so I would give him I'm gonna give him over.
Okay.
James Cook rushing.
Rob went over on everything except for Josh Allen passing yards. It's the only one you went under.
I'm going to take slightly the under.
Okay, and that's your first under. You went over everywhere else. Yeah, I'm gonna go a little under too. Dolphins defense is good, and they've done a good job stopping the run. So I'm gonna go a little bit under on that one. But all right, so that's by the way, that's how easy DraftKings Pick 6 is. And there are tons of games, tons of players, tons of props. You just go online, you sign up for DraftKings Pick 6. It's the newest way to compete against people in fantasy football. You win straight cash. You do exactly what we just did. You pick a player. You choose if they're going to have more or less than the stat. And if you win, you get cash.
Straight cash, homie. Download the new DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code BigShotBob. That's code BigShotBob for new customers to play $5. That's all, $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits guaranteed. Plus 1 month of NFL Plus premium on us. Offer expires 9/19. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours.
Give that man a crown. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos. 1 per new customer. Reward issue is $50 in non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 6 months. NFL Plus premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus premium terms at NFL.com/terms. All right, well, let's move on to NBA. Thank you, by the way, again to our friends at DraftKings for sponsoring the show. We appreciate them. Pick 6 is a lot of fun. We're going to do that every week. We're going to do it every week. So we're going to come back next week. We'll find out who hit the overs and the unders. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see who won. And we'll do another set. All right. Saw this pop up a bunch of places this week, Rob, and I want to get your take on it. There's all this buzz going around. JJ Redick, quote, really believes in Austin Reaves. This is according to Windhorst. And he's good at stirring this up. He was on Hoop Collective podcast. He said according to him, Redick plans to give Reaves significant opportunities on the court. He's in his 4th season with the Lakers. He signed a 4-year, $53.8 million contract last offseason. You believe in Austin Reaves, or is he just kind of part of the system, so you got to use him?
This is kind of weird to me. It's just like, you have news just to be making news.
Well, this is Windhorst. He's good at this.
Yeah, but dude, what was Austin Reaves doing last year? The same fucking thing.
Did we believe in him though? That's what I need to know. Did you believe in him?
I believed in him. I believed that he should have been coming off the bench because
so you didn't believe in him that much. Okay.
No. This is the thing people get so confused about. He was coming off the bench, still playing 30 minutes a game, and people are like, well, he's a starter. When you look at that bench, what's coming off that bench? Not a damn thing. So sometimes you need that Mono Ginobili to come off that bench. You need some firepower. You need some spark. Because if you got all your spark plugs starting, you don't have shit to get them going off the bench. And people get so confused by that. It's like they think it's a slap in the face when you don't start. It's the dumbest shit ever. It's not about who starts the game. It's about who finishes the game. So for me, Austin Reaves is still in the same position. This is just some blow some smoke up your ass that JJ, this and this, a winner, this and this. The motherfucker doing the same shit last year. So
yeah,
everybody needs to step up though.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, it's like I feel like people are looking for talking points on JJ Redick right now.
Yes, and
they don't know what to do except talk about his coaching staff or talk about who he likes. Because he's got nothing to fall back on in the way of like a coaching record or anything. So it's like JJ Redick really likes Austin Reaves. He really likes him. They're buddies. And it's like, okay, I guess that's a story.
Hey, they ain't going to play no golf together.
No, I would imagine. Maybe some pickleball or something. What the hell is he good at? Oh, ping pong. Isn't he a good ping pong player?
Golfer and ping pong, yeah.
Golfer and ping pong.
Look. Y'all know how I feel about my Lakers and everything, and that's cool. I don't want to hear about no basketball till October, maybe November.
Okay. Says the man on an NBA podcast. All right, cool.
Yeah, I know. I'll put it to you like this: scratch that. I don't mind hearing about the league. I don't want to hear about the Lakers.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to hear JJ Redick about how he feels about a guy that's on his roster. They tried to trade
haven't
him,
played it. Yeah. And y'all ain't played a game with JJ at the helm yet. So
Like the Lakers do this every single year about who they like and how they high on somebody and whoop-de-whoop and bring the dog a bone and ring around the rosy and all the other stuff. Whatever.
Okay. Well, we'll see how JJ believes in him by how much.
Hey, I just felt like we was in an episode of Major League, and he one of those guys sitting in the stand. Well, here goes another year of some bullshit.
like, hey man. Hey, prove me wrong. Like,
see, this is the episode of Major League.
It is. It's the guy sitting in the. Who's this fucking guy? It's the guy. Yeah. It's all that.
Hey, now you got a guy running. He's head coach of the Lakers. He got just as much coaching experience as I do.
You may have more, and I don't know how that's possible. All right, let's get a couple dueling opinions on Wembanyama here real quick. One of them comes from our buddy Shaquille O'Neal. Big fella talking about Wemby on Pat McAfee Show this week. He had this to say on Wembanyama.
Wemby is a great player, but I don't really think you can be dominant when you shoot jumpers a lot. I think if he was an inside player at 7'5", the answer would be yes. But when you shoot jumpers, you're always going to go up and down. Coach can tell you that. But he's a fine player. I wish him well, and I'm just glad, after not being in the league so long, to still have my name in that category.
The category he's speaking about is dominance.
Dominant.
Yeah, dominance. Yeah. So I think it comes down, it's like a little bit of a semantics issue here. Like, how do you define dominance in the
exactly.
league? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when you think about dominance, Shaq probably the most dominant player ever. Dude, you can't compare yourself what you used to do to somebody else. Dominique was dominant. MJ, Dream, they was dominant, but you was a whole nother level, dude, because of your size, your strength, and your speed. So take you out the equation. We're gonna put this on the curve now that you out. And so I think he can be dominant, but not as dominant as a lot of other players because he doesn't play with force. And I think when people use the word dominant, it's compared with force. He's a finesse player. He's a really good skilled player at such a young age. So, only time can tell. You got to think about it. Is he even 21 yet?
I think he's 20 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's not even old enough to buy beer, buy alcohol. So he ain't in man mode yet. He's still a little baby. He's a young pup. So give me 5 years, and then I come back to this and says, is he going to be dominant? Because he's still wet behind the ears, as they say.
He's 20. Mm-hmm. He'll turn 21 in January 4th. So there you go.
For what this league is and for what this league has been for quite some time, yes, because we saw flashes of this last season, which was his rookie season. And we saw flashes of what we're going to see for quite some time in years to come if he can stay healthy. Now, obviously, yes, he's not the biggest guy out there, but like I always say, we said the same thing about Kevin Durant. And I understand their games are kind of different, but as far as their size, I think Kevin might be a little skinnier than Wemby, but
which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
Which is kind of crazy. Yeah. But with his height, we've seen, and this is why I say he should have been Defensive Player of the Year. And I understand that the Spurs weren't that great, but there have been many instances where I've sat there and I've watched. It could be like a 2-on-1. And Wemby is the one. But because of how much range he covers, I've seen guys usually in a 2-on-1 will find a way to lay the ball up. They'll pull the ball back out because there's no way that they can get around it. Because he covers just too much range. Okay, if I lay it up here, his 9-foot wingspan, he gonna hit it off the glass and it's going back the other way. Just his sheer appearance on the floor and running the floor alters too much for too many guys. So, and defense is not always about blocking shots. It's about altering shots and making people think twice about going to that basket. And that's what he did his rookie year. So I can only imagine what's going to happen this year and years to come. And we didn't even talk about his offensive game. Yeah. Once he starts consistently knocking down them shots, hey, you can cancel Christmas and Thanksgiving because it's over. It's going to get ugly.
Well, too, for me, like the idea of being dominant, I think, Rob, you have a good point where people associate it with force. You're playing big, you're playing bully ball. And it's not always about that. Dominance for me is like he's the best player on the floor. And you have to account for him in every situation, offensive, defensive, however, who's open, where he's moving the ball, how he's coming up the floor, that's dominance. When the game has to move to him, that is always where I kind of feel like a player can become dominant, even if they're not big and forceful and Shaquille O'Neal, dunking on guys and then shoved them to the floor. That's a different type of dominance. Yeah. That's physical dominance.
Yeah, that's why you have to take Shaq out the category.
Right,
man.
If it's physical dominance. But you're right. I mean, okay, so let me give you one to Harp's point then. Pat Bev. Talking about Wemby this week on his podcast.
He's everything. Like, you can't even put him in comparison with other people. He's the best player in the NBA next year.
Yeah, but then he's a center. What are you talking about? So what position group?
He's a center who shoots threes and dribbles the ball. And just because you're at 7'4" don't make you center. Like we're talking about guys who are centers who come out, set screen and rolls. Like, none of these guys that we name and come up and shoot has he pulled threes. It's
position
not fair
group
to him to give him a position. That's not a position for him. He's positionless. Let's put that there. Let's put that positionless. It's him, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James in that category. Positionless.
Positionless was the word there.
Yeah, I think the only position he can't play is point guard. I'm like, everything else I think he can play. Yeah, but he Pat Bev is right on the money with that, because this game now, there's no positions when you play this game.
There really isn't.
He's like, everybody's on the fucking perimeter now because everybody wants to be a fucking three-point shooter.
Yeah, everyone wants to be a splash brother. Yeah,
and everybody's going to pick and roll. They're going to dribble weave. If you look at the NBA, man, I guarantee you take, let's say, 3/4 of the NBA, 75%. All of them run the same fucking play. 4 out, 1 in, drive, kick. It's like nobody has any imagination. When those coaches now, hell, like, you can just get someone off a fucking couch now and pay them less money than now all these fucking coaches, because they all run the same fucking plays. Mm-hmm. Nobody has any imagination as a coaching staff. Like, oh, we're going to do this. Why? Because they seen some other team win once with it. Now they want to fucking do it. Right. So, yeah.
And
so there's no positions.
Well, you just said about that, too, about the inside-out game, how everything's going out. When's the last time you saw somebody get called for a lane violation? I can't even remember, because you don't have that anymore. You don't have Hakeem or David Robinson or somebody down low who's camped out under the basket trying to keep 1 foot out the lane, 1 foot in, so he doesn't get called for a lane violation. It doesn't happen anymore. Those guys are down there for one reason: to catch a pass, draw in the defense, and kick it out to somebody. That's their only job. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's tough when you look at guys like Wemby and you're like, oh, he should be a center. Why? Because he's tall? He kind of just moves around the floor too damn good. He's got too many skills to just go, no, you're going to be a 5. Get down low. Set some picks. I know you weigh 8 pounds, but yeah.
I remember when I was playing the NCAA tournament one time, and the lady was like, why is he I remember watching. We was watching the game. After you win the game, you watch and you go over the highlights and you see what you can do better next week. And I can remember the announcer saying, someone who's not familiar with, he's on my paper as a center. Why is he shooting threes? He shouldn't be shooting threes. I'm like, bitch, I'm the best 3-point shooter on this fucking team. What the hell are you talking about? Shut up. And it's like, it's so funny how when people look at stuff like that, they only look at your position. Like, they don't look at your skill set. It's basketball is about skill. And you don't look at what, what's next to them. They got to do that just for, the lineup. So it doesn't matter what position. It's the skill set that matters.
Yeah.
It's true. But he's
positionless.
He is. And we also, I think, we shoot ourselves in the foot, because we come from an era of the NBA where, you had true centers. You had true point guards. You know what I mean? You didn't have guys like this. Guys like this don't make sense to a lot of old school NBA guys. They can't put this one together. Like, what do you mean he's 7'4" and he's not a center? My brain won't accept that. By the way, I put this on here because I couldn't believe that all the Julius Randle stuff.
What's happening?
So there was a picture that popped up on social of the Knicks team store. I think it was at the Garden, selling every player's jersey except for Julius Randle. So there was Brunson up there, OG was up there, everybody's up there, Hart jersey's up there, no Julius Randle jersey. And he posts it, and he posts a caption next to it that says, what was it? The truth shall soon come to light, or the truth shall come to light. And I'm like, all right, so I guess that's it. Is he just under the assumption that, okay, we're going to stop selling my jersey, then I'm just going to put our business on blast?
Hey, It's not what it's like. What have you done for me lately? You didn't play during the playoffs. They forgot about your ass real quick, didn't they?
Is that what it is? So this is not so much the team store going, no, we're told we can't sell Julius Randle stuff anymore. It just ain't nobody coming to the counter going, any Randle jerseys in the back?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if folks thinks he's gonna be there much longer. That's just a guess. I don't know.
And with the way they paid everybody else, man, everybody else got broke off.
That's why they got no more money.
Yeah, Mikal Bridges got paid. OG got paid. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's like we get our licensing checks like maybe twice a year, and they pull up your license check and they real say, oh, your merchandise did not sell as much. This is why your check is not as big as it normally is. I'm like, that's a sign when you on your way out and you getting old and you get forgotten about. Your license check ain't as big as it used to be.
Okay. I didn't realize you got licensing checks for like merchandise sales like so long after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, because Mitchell and Ness, they still they got the rights to sell NBA jerseys. So yeah.
Okay, neat. I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. I'm gonna go buy me a Robert Horry jersey. Put a solid quarter in your pocket.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
We did have Angel Reese speaking on the Caitlin Clark stuff this week. I just wanted to play the audio because I thought it was kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. The fact that, and I didn't realize, we like to talk a lot about like the on the floor feud and the storyline and all that stuff, but you forget when this stuff gets personal. And people take shit to like a whole weird, screwy levels. She talked about some of the stuff she's dealt with this year.
Caitlin is an amazing player, and I've always thought she was an amazing player. We've been playing each other since high school. So I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans that are like, they ride for her. And I respect that respectfully, but sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it, and I don't believe she stands on any of that. But when it comes to death threats, like I'm talking about people have come down to my address, following me home. Like it's come down to that. Multiple occasions, people have made AI pictures of me like naked, literally.
Really?
They have sent it to my family members. My family members are like, uncles are sending it to me like, are you naked on Instagram?
People suck, man.
Yeah.
Like, why do that shit to that young lady? Like, she's just out there playing hard, busting her ass, trying to make a name for herself.
I know.
And sadly, her season came to an end.
Yeah.
She hurt her wrist, I think.
It's the world we live in.
Yeah. And, but I mean, like, I don't know. Like, however much we love to hype the storyline, now I feel like, oh, man. Like, who the hell's doing this shit? Like, who's got the time to create fake AI pictures and harass a woman's family over what? Over the WNBA?
It's plenty of people. I mean, they've done it. I mean, I think we got to take into consideration that there's no surprise when it comes to the world that we live in.
Oh, no, but I'm just like the motivations of people. Yeah. Why?
You're right. It's absolutely disgusting, but nothing surprises me. We've seen guys in the league get threatened. Death threats and notes and things of that nature.
I guess that's part of sports, though, because, I mean, God, how many times has a kicker missed a kick in a big game and then they spend the next 3 months getting death threats at their house?
What about the guy that caught the fly ball for Chicago? What was his name?
Oh, Steve Bartman.
Yeah, Bartman.
They ruined his life in Chicago.
Yeah.
And not even kidding. And that was in 2003. Yeah. That was before today's day and age.
Yeah, I hate that Angel is going through a lot of this because she doesn't deserve it. Unfortunately, that's what also comes along with when your league gains a lot more notoriety and you're one of the reasons that they're gaining that notoriety. Yeah. You have a lot of people that love you, and then when things don't go the way that they want them to go with you, a lot of them will turn on you just as quickly as they loved you, and maybe even quicker. And so it's a lot of this is just a part of the world that we live in. One of the things I hope is that as she grows and she gets older, and obviously we want her to stay safe.
Yes.
I don't want her to continue to answer to a lot of this. Because, like, even when she got hurt, some people were thinking that she was faking. She went online to explain that she wasn't faking. And I think as she gets older, she's going to have to realize that she don't have to go online and answer for none of that. Because it's the team knows, your franchise knows, your teammates know, your doctor know, your family know, the good Lord knows that if you're injured and you can't go, you can't go. Yeah. It is what it is. She'll be better next year, be even bigger and better next year as that league continues to soar. So she don't have to worry about none of that.
I think, if for Angel Reese, if they're talking about you, that means you made an impact. So if they write stuff about you, they do it. That means they hating on you because you're good at what you do. If you was, I guarantee you, there's some other people on the team that don't touch the floor, they don't say a word about.
Oh,
so,
no.
This means you have arrived. When you have arrived, you can get all this shit thrown at you. You can get stuff said about you. But the biggest thing is to keep a smile on your face and keep pushing forward. And because she's a tough-minded person. She's a very smart person. She knows how to do her game and knows how to play it well. So my advice to her is say, fuck them. Just say fuck them and keep moving. It's
really tough it's tough when you're young. Yes, and Harp even said that, age will correct some of that. But when you're young, your ego gets defensive. You feel like you have to defend yourself.
Yes.
When you get older, and Rob, you know this, when you get older, you just stop caring. You're like, I don't give a shit. Say whatever you want.
Where's Mike Malone?
I don't care. Where's Mike Malone? Where are you, Mike? I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
Mike doesn't care. JJ don't care. Where's JJ?
I really don't give a fuck.
He doesn't care. It's just, but it's when you hit an age in your life where the problem is when you hit that age in your life, more or less, if you're an athlete, you're not usually still in the main media spotlight. You know what I mean? That stuff always comes down on you when you're young, and you don't know how to handle a lot of that stuff. So, yeah, she feels like she's got to be defensive online, which I do hate. Basic. Don't be shitty people, man. Come on, it's just sports. Have fun. Laugh, smile. Well, if your team loses, eat it. Harp's wearing a Falcons hat today. Look at him. See? He ate his loss happily.
I got to
Steelers kicked 6 field goals and they lost that game. He's put a Falcons hat on his head. Look at him.
It is what it is, man. Look, you got to it's the name of the game. We got people already ready to burn jerseys and throw Kirk Cousins to the wolves. Now, I'll put it to you like this. These next 2 weeks ain't gonna get any easier.
Oh no!
Over the football.
It's like the next 4 weeks, man.
Especially the next 2. Going into Lincoln Financial to play
you got
the Eagles.
Monday Night Football coming up against the Eagles. Ooh.
And then for the first time ever in Mercedes-Benz history since it's been built, Patrick Mahomes walks into the building.
And then I think you're at New Orleans the week after that.
Oh yeah, that's a division game. That's up in there.
Yeah, but the Saints blew doors last week, so you never.
Yeah,
know,
the Saints had a glorified scrimmage versus the Panthers.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they played the Panthers. That's kind of hard.
They put up 30 points at halftime.
The Panthers. Yeah. Oh, that was ugly, dude. That was ugly.
Hey, for my fantasy football team, you look to see what defense is playing the Panthers, and you pick them.
Dude, that's a smart pick. Who's playing the Panthers? All right.
Hey, that's always my option. Like, who they playing? Oh, shit, I'm taking that.
All right.
And right now, the way Arizona look, I might take who would play fucking Arizona too.
Goodness.
So I mean, look, man, it could be a tough 3 weeks for the Falcons coming up.
It's going. Well, there was a lot of stuff going on this weekend. NFL opening weekend. I watched a lot of NFL football. Daniel Jones for the Giants, 22 for 42, 186 yards and 2 picks, as the Giants got cooked, 28-6.
That's your $40 million a year
They
man.
paid him $160 million over 4 years to throw 186 yards and 2 interceptions.
And I took that defense against them, Minnesota. I forgot about him.
Oh,
and Minnesota gave me 21 points.
Yeah, they'll do it, man. Yeah, that's another good defensive strategy. Who's playing the Giants? Because shit. Yeah, we had fans burning Daniel Jones jerseys in the streets. I don't.
Already?
Already. Game 1.
They've hated Daniel Jones for a while.
They have not liked him for a while.
Hey,
and
the funny part, they're going to go out and buy another one next week to burn it. So if I'm telling you, keep burning them jerseys and keep buying them.
Keep buying them. Number one selling jersey in the league. Why? They keep buying them to burn them. Oh, all right, good. Yeah, worked out. Huge fights. Did you see the fights in the Raiders-Chargers game, man? They were going at it.
Yes.
They went at it on the field. And I don't remember who got into it, but they full on smacking each other in the end zone. And then there were six fights in the stands and in the parking lot at the Chargers-Raiders game. That wasn't even barely a game. Why are y'all fighting? Chargers ran away with that thing. And Jim Harbaugh wins his first game in the back of the end.
I think it's easy to fight with Raider fans because Raider fans always have this chip on their shoulder because they were in LA, then they were in Oakland, and now they're in Vegas, and they can always come back to LA and say, we've been gone for so long, this is still our city. You know, it's still Raider City over here, regardless with the Rams, regardless with the Chargers, whoever moves here. Anytime we come to this building, it's going to be more of our fans than your fans. They still consider LA their city. And I know, you know, some Chargers fans probably didn't take too kindly to that, which you shouldn't, bro. You should go back to San Diego, honestly.
Very much so. I don't know why they moved them out of San Diego. Why did it? And it's not. I'm not dumping on LA. Why did LA need two teams?
Because it's a major city.
Yeah, but you got the Rams, and San Diego's like what? Correct me if I'm wrong, Rob. 3-4 hours?
Not even that.
Not even?
Like two and a half.
Like 2.5 hours from LA. So you moved them 2.5 hours up the road, and you left San Diego out there with the Padres. Like, come on, man. Like
money.
I don't get it. What else? Oh,
and plus they weren't getting a new stadium. That stadium was terrible.
No. They needed it. Yeah, but like, come on, San Diego, step up. Padres Stadium's nice, man. Is it Petco Park? I think is what it's called out there. That's a nice ass stadium they built for the Padres. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, man, step up. Kendrick Lamar, Super Bowl halftime this year. Yeah. Yeah. How he's you know who hated this announcement more than anybody?
Lil Wayne,
Drake.
Oh, that
Drake. Because he's gonna perform not like us for 120 million people.
Hey man. Hey, and let me let y'all people know out there, because this has been an argument all over social media for the last 2 days, and I'm getting sick of it. I understand that it's in New Orleans, like it's been 50 million times already, because New Orleans stays in the rotation.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Shut up.
He'll come out. How does he not involve him?
Well,
every year there's always like multiple people that show up for these things. Yeah.
Everybody wants to blame Jay-Z for this. Here's how this works. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z is a part of the committee in the NFL who they create a short list of people who they would like to see perform at that year's Super Bowl. Then what they do is they present this to the committee that is part of that city, that's sitting on the Super Bowl committee that's a part of that city, and that city decides and chooses who performs in the Super Bowl. So my thing is, if Wayne didn't get chosen in his own city, like he never has been, why are you so upset with it now and you weren't upset with it in 2013 when Beyonce performed in New Orleans at the Super Bowl?
Because we need something to talk about. Oh, we need something to talk about. So, yeah.
And I love Wayne. I grew up in prime Wayne years, but Kendrick Lamar, K-Dot is the hotter artist, and this isn't just about local New Orleans stuff. This is a global business decision.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I think the thing I would respect about Kendrick Lamar, I guarantee you he reached out to Lil Wayne and said, "Hey, how do you want to be a part of this?" You know, because most you know, when you think about Kendrick Lamar, you think about how much he loves the rap game and how he knows his history of everything, you know, and I just think that he's probably going to incorporate him some type of way, and they're going to probably keep it hush-hush so you can just surprise everybody, you know. I don't think it's going to be a Riri thing where he's just out there by himself.
She was one of the few people that's done that lately. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think Rihanna, over maybe like the last 10 years, who hasn't had some kind of huge secondary act come out with her. God, probably even longer than that. Damn, probably the last 15, 20 years. Not a lot.
She might be.
Rihanna, Prince, maybe one or two others that have just been like, I don't need anybody else out.
What was that guy who came out with the blood on his face, The Weeknd? Did he do it by himself too?
So Weeknd did it by himself. I think so.
Was he all okay? Maybe
he also spent for that setup and everything. I think he spent $7 million of his own money for that setup of that performance. So that came out of his own pocket.
Well, yeah, because he probably presented that.
Oh, hell no.
He probably presented that budget to Pepsi. He's like, here's what I want to do. And they were like, yeah, you can do this yourself. We're not paying for this. All right, anything college football you want to talk about before I play Audio of the Week and we do Big Shot and we do our game? I have Northern Illinois
No,
upsets Notre Dame 16-14, number 5 team in the country.
Oh, sorry ass Notre Dame.
Oh man, every year it's your check-in every year. It's the Notre Dame is overrated check-in. We just got it in week 2 this year.
I'm glad we got it early and not the playoff.
Yeah.
But this thing is, we should have got it late so we can eliminate them and get them out the way. But now they lost early. Oh, they got a chance. Well, they still a good team.
They're still
just
ranked.
had a hiccup. Yeah.
Top 25 came out this morning. They're number 18.
See,
I'm gonna say this now, and I'm gonna say it now just because I just don't believe in Notre Dame. Notre Dame comes to the Benz next month to play Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech will beat Notre Dame in the Benz.
Golden Dome versus Golden Domes.
I like it.
What color is Georgia Tech really? What color they helmets?
Blue and gold. Blue, gold, and white.
Yeah, white and gold mostly. Yeah.
Okay.
White and gold. Now they're trying to get away from the blue and trying to infiltrate a little bit of black in there now.
Mm-hmm.
A
lot of gold, though. A lot of gold.
A lot of gold.
Yeah.
A lot of gold and white.
Yeah. Auburn got cooked. Colorado is done. They got destroyed by Nebraska.
Yeah.
And then Michigan. Michigan just got demolished by Texas. Oh boy.
Yeah. Hey, Texas is rolling.
Man, Texas is good.
Texas looks good.
Texas looks
Quinn Ewers
good.
is no joke. Team is good.
Hey, and I'm happy for him because now Manning's just sitting back there. Everybody like, Manning got to play. Manning got to play. You know, you haven't even seen Manning play on this level. Ewers said, you know what? You go even that commercial. That's funny. The Dr. Pepper commercial.
Yeah.
When he talks about that. Yeah. Keep his hands behind me on the bench. That's right.
I will tell you.
I'm the man.
I will tell you my new favorite commercials are the Applebee's commercials with Dan Campbell of the Lions.
Oh.
He goes up to their table. Can I take your order? Yeah, I'll get the 50 wing. Oh, don't cover your mouth. They might steal your order. Perfect. They'll never see it coming. Dan Campbell's funny. He does a good job there. All right,
his family had to make him do those commercials because he didn't
really?
want to do them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That kind of upsets me because he does such a good job. They're so funny. There's a few of them running, and they're all really good. All right, let's do a big shot of the week, and then we're going to play rapid fire. Big shot of the week is going to go to New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu. He's the governor of the great state of New Hampshire. He was at a Hampton Beach lobster roll eating competition. This is a real thing. They had a lobster roll eating competition. One of the contestants on stage began pounding his chest. The contestant, Christian Moreno, told local news the governor was the first person to notice he was choking. The governor of New Hampshire jumps up on stage, hit this guy's chest, gives him the Heimlich. Dude coughs up the lobster roll, and then jumps right back in the contest and ate 7 more after that. So, big shot of the week to the governor of New Hampshire for saving a man's life and watching him pound down 7 more lobster rolls after that.
That's crazy.
Dude. Way to go, Sununu.
Way to go, man.
But how many after we choke, we're like, oh, fuck, I ain't eating no more. This Christian jumped right back to eating.
I almost died. I better be more careful as I wolf down 7 more lobster rolls. Damn. All right, let's do rapid fire. You guys know how rapid fire works. I'm going to toss you 60 seconds. We'll get through as many questions as we can. And we'll see how we do. Rob, you want to go first? You want to defer?
I like to go first to start this thing off right.
Okay, well, you can go first. Let's go ahead and load 60 seconds up on the clock here. Here we go, Robert Ory. What cartoon bird says beep beep while trying to escape Wile E. Coyote?
Roadrunner.
Correct. What company has a fleet of 27 foot-long Frankfurters on wheels called Wienermobiles?
Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh, Oscar Mayer. What A word is a nut that turns into an oak tree?
Apple? What?
An acorn.
Acorn.
In what Mattel card game do you shout the name of the game when you only have 1 card left?
Uno.
Very good. In the original Superman comic books, Clark Kent and Lois Lane work at what fictional newspaper?
Daily Planet.
Good job. Since nothing's hotter than a strutting grandpa, Mick Jagger still fronts what ageless rock band?
Rolling Stones?
Correct. How many stars are on the current U.S. flag?
52.
50. Back in 2009, Pauly D in The Situation.
He got 4.
I don't don't know if he got.
I didn't. You know what's funny? I didn't. When you said about the something in the tree, I was like, so I had a brain fart. Like, what did he just fucking say? I should say repeat the question.
Yeah, you did. You got 4. You would have had 5 had you known there's only 50 states, but yeah.
I don't know why I said 52.
Holy shit, bro.
I said, dang, I added 2 more states.
That man's got a bachelor's degree.
Hey, I was like, why did I say 52? I don't know.
You panicked. You panicked.
I had brain farts today.
You panicked. All right, Harp, you got to beat 4. Let's see how we do here.
I almost didn't get road running.
Harper, in the original Spider-Man comic books, Peter Parker takes pictures of Spider-Man for what fictional newspaper?
Oh, the Bugle?
Correct. Crispy potato pancakes called latkes are traditionally served during what traditional Jewish holiday?
I don't know. I ain't Jewish. I have no clue.
Hanukkah. In 2008, Destiny Hope Cyrus legally changed her first name to what?
Destiny Hope Cyrus. Miley Cyrus?
Correct. What long-running morning show is currently hosted by Hoda Kotb?
Hoda who?
Hoda Kotb.
No, I don't know. You tell me.
The Today Show. The islands of Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard are part of what U.S. state?
Maine.
Massachusetts.
Oh, dang, it's up there, though.
In ads, what beer company declares... it's up there, though.
It's up there, though.
It's up there somewhere. You should have found it.
I can't believe, man, you don't know who Hoda is, man. I'm so disappointed in you.
I don't... What was it, Today Show?
Yeah, the Today Show.
I don't watch
Al Roker?
Yeah.
Oh, I know Al Roker.
That's today. Hoda was
hosting I know Al Roker. I know Al Roker because he used to be fat.
He was hosting the Olympics. Come on, man.
Oh, but I didn't know her name. I know the face. I don't know her name.
It's all right. You don't
I think I got 2.
Yeah. All right. You got 2. So Rob won round 1, 2, 4, 2. All right, Harp, you get to go first in round 2.
Goody.
No, this is good, man.
We should be able to steal.
There's not enough time to steal. Yeah, you'd stop the clock, but no. Maybe we'll come up with some system after the fact where you can go Google answers and cheat. All right, here we go. Let's give him 60 seconds. Here we go, Harper. In ads, what beer company declares that its spokesman is the most interesting man in the world?
Dos Equis.
Correct. What goofy-looking motorized device did Kevin James ride to work on in Paul Blart Mall Cop?
It was a motor scooter?
No, it's a Segway. In 1959, what children's cereal brand started using a silly rabbit as its mascot?
Trix.
Correct. Lewis Marks and Company created what plastic kids tricycle whose name highlights its large front tire?
Big Wheel.
Correct. When Steve Carell gets his chest waxed in the 40-year-old version, he shouts out the name of what celebrity?
Oh, dang it. I forget.
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson, yeah.
Habit Trail, primarily market.
I got 3. And I knew it, and I just saw the movie not about a week or so ago.
Kelly Clarkson.
And I couldn't remember. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, yeah, you got Dos Equis, you got Tricks Are for Kids, and you got Big Wheels. Good job.
I had a green machine. I didn't have a big wheel.
You didn't have a big wheel?
I had a green machine.
We had a big wheel, but we'd burn out that front wheel. So that there were parts of the front wheel where it was just skidded down so much it had holes in it because we would just cook those things on them.
You know why I had a green machine?
Why?
Because you could slide either way. You know, with a big wheel, you only could go one way.
Yeah, you could really kind of only drift to the right. Yeah.
You could shift anyway with the green machine.
Oh, no, yeah, no. But we burned out those big wheels, man. That front wheel was dead. All right. Let me flip the page here. All right, Rob, you got to beat 3. Let's see how you do here. What dark rye bread's name comes from German and roughly means devil's fart?
I don't know.
Pumpernickel. For some reason, it's a fetish, but for Bruce Wayne, he wears black leather and latex to fight crime as what superhero?
Batman.
Correct. Legend by Bob Marley and the Wailers is the best-selling album of all time in what musical genre?
Reggae.
Correct. Starsky or Hutch, which is a pen to keep rabbits in?
Hutch.
Correct. What Major League Baseball's team means beer makers?
Brewers.
Correct. Launched in 2004, what popular travel search engine is spelled the same forwards and backwards?
Google? Not Google, but...
Kayak. Someone who
I
is
know
doing
you
something
about to say something.
extremely easy is said to be shooting what?
Breeze?
Shooting fish in a barrel. If you have too much junk in your trunk,
Got a big ass.
you got a big A. All right, let's see how Harvard.
You got 4, I think.
You got Batman, you got Reggae, you got Hutch, and you got Brewers. Yeah, you got 4. That's a winner. That's a winner chicken dinner. All right, that's all she wrote, man. 2-0. Rob wins. I like it. I had a couple of pretty good questions on here, I thought. Harp
What was some of the questions we didn't get to?
Yeah, we can run down the rest of these if you want, just for the fun of it. Yeah. Rob, if you have too much junk in your trunk, you can drop it off with what company that's the nation's largest renter of space?
Shit. What's the name of the thing with the everybody? I got it. Can't think of the name of it. I asked.
Public storage.
Yeah.
Laura.
Oh yeah.
Harper, Cream or Sugar? What is a classic rock band featuring Eric Clapton?
Cream.
Yes, he was in Cream. Rob, invented by Elwood Baker, what 2-person card game has 2 types of liquor in its name?
Gin Rummy.
Gin Rummy? Harper, in 1996, Tyra Banks became the first African American to appear on the cover of what magazine's swimsuit edition?
Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, swimsuit edition. That's it. Rob, Jason Sudeikis described the main character of what TV show as Mr. Rogers meets John Wooden?
Ted Lasso.
There you go. I knew you knew it. All right, one more. Harp. What L word is printed on the face of every currently minted U.S. penny, nickel, diamond, quarter?
What L word?
L word.
Oh, I only have one around me to see.
Yeah, this is where we cheat and we go to our wallet for a quarter.
Is it Liberty?
I would only think Liberty.
It is Liberty. Yeah, that's the only
Liberty.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a penny around. So.
Scraping for pennies to cheat on an answer. I like it.
Hey, it's funny. You should have seen our face when I said, "Bitch."
Yeah.